Hello student, very good morning to all of you. How are you? I hope you all are happy, healthy and fine at home. Do you remember what were we discussing yesterday? Yesterday I think we were discuss about the scheme number 9, and the heading of that scheme number 9 is like this: construction of enantiomer hydroxyacetate minus 15, and starting from the structure number 47, which is a diol treated with POCl3 followed by CYBH2, gives one intermediate and further treated with H2O2 in presence of aqueous sodium hydroxide. They got meso compound 28, and which is meso, as we know that the speciality of meso compound is optically inactive in nature. Two or more than two chiral centers here, generally as a 4 chiral centers were present, and therefore there is a one center of symmetry is present, and due to that reason that molecule becomes as a meso and it is optically inactive in nature. So, and after that they try to synthesize two ways they followed, but in one case they failed to synthesize that compound number minus 50, but in other way round one step increase. So, they got the whatever desired product they obtained, that is a meso compound 49 with acetic anhydride and 4-DMP, and followed by the EMPO lipase PES. So, that the and their reagent also we have seen, and after that we were discuss about the scheme number 10, and which is the construction of hydroxyl olefin plus 56 and X-ray derived ORTP of carbamate minus 57 that we just started, and from the here from 50 you can see over here, this is the structure of enantio pure structure number 50, where R is equal to H. Then treated with these reagent we will get as this type of the compound 52 and 53 after the treatment with C reagent we got that one. And now onward today what we are going to discuss, the rest of the point we are going to discuss over here. So, now after this I am cleaning this one, and now I am going to show the arrow from here onward. Here I am going to show the arrow. So, see here the reagent which I am going to use over here, number D, up to the C we have seen, D will be the reagent, that is Martin sulfurane, that is a Martin sulfurane. Martin sulfurane, it is one of the very good reagent. Later on I will discuss the detail of that Martin sulfurane, how it play an important role in organic transformation, that we will see later on. Here just remember, this is a Martin which can convert tertiary alcohol or the what we can call it as a secondary alcohol into the olefin, whereas primary alcohol is converted into as a ether, depending upon the starting nature of the alcohol. Only transformation of that alcohol carried out with the help of Martin's sulfurane, or we can use here either Martin sulfurane or NMO. This is NMO, TPAP, TPAP. Catalytic amount, that is a catalytic amount of that reagent is used here. Then F KH MDS, KH MDS, KH MDS as an reagent used here, followed by this one PHN TF2, PHN TF2, and the next reagent will be used here, that is a G, that is a ET thrice SiH, that is a triethylsilane. Then the reagent here palladium PH3P 4 times, that is a reagent used, which is also catalytic in amount. And after the addition of these different reagent D, E, F and G, step by step, what they got here, the number, this one is a 3, 4, 5 or 4, 5, 6. So that number is there. And now what do you get? The product which you are going to get. Let me show that product over here. This is the compound which I am going to get here. This is a protected alcohol O TBDPS, that is a tertiary butyl diphenylsilyl, and here generally we are getting as a double bond here, and here the hydrogen atom which is above the plane, the another hydrogen atom it is below the plane, and this structure is nothing but as a structure number minus 54. Enantiomerically pure compound we got after the addition of these reagent into it. And now after this, now I am cleaning the board once again here. So let us see. Now this is the structure number 24 which we got over here, this one. So let us see the reagents, what the reagent we are going to add over here. The reagent is a H, NIS, N-iodosuccinamide, NIS, followed by water, then potassium K2CO3, potassium carbonate act as an base, methanol as an solvent. After the addition of H, N-bromosuccinamide, N-iodosuccinamide, which provide the source of iodine in a controlled condition, and therefore there will be a what we can call it we are going to get the epoxide formation specifically, chemoselectively we will get the product. This one I am showing that product over here. Let us see, this is the product which I am showing over here. You can see clearly the other part, this protected hydroxyl group with tetrabutyl diphenylsilyl, which is as it is, the stereochemistry of this 2 proton at this junction, it remains as it is, but here we are getting the epoxide formation like this. Here we are getting as epoxide formation, and this structure is nothing but as a plus 55 structure which we got over here. And after this, now let me clean this side so that you can clearly, now you able to understand the connectivity of this, or you can remember the sequence of steps which I am using over here. Now I am going to show this structure 55 when treated with the reagent I. The reagents are like this: lithium, that is a isopropyl lithium, and then BF3 twice, that is a Lewis acid, trifluoroborane diethyl ether. And after the addition of this suitably, we will get this epoxide get open, and this the minus is going to attack over there, and that get open, epoxide get open front side, because the nucleophile attacking from the back side preferentially, and we will get the desired product, or they had got the desired product, this one. Let me show that product. Other part of the molecule OTBDPS, that remains as it is. And now here the group which we have attached, we have introduced here, it is here, and now here is a hydroxyl group which is above the plane. That is the requirement, or that is the demand of our starting material or target molecule Vanucell B. So here there is a hydrogen atom that remains as it is above the plane, and another hydrogen atom that goes below the plane, and which is represented here like this. And now this is the structure where we can see plus 56. This is a 55. Whenever we are adding this one negative, because lithium is a metal which always carries as a positive charge, and other part of that molecule is a negative charge, that is a residue. Selectively that epoxide get open, and we will get, this is the structure which is nothing but as a plus 56 pure enantiomerically pure compound we got over here. After that 56, let me clean this once again, and what do you get over here? After that you will get, this is the arrow which I am representing here like this, and the reagent, the J reagent will be this one, para bromo C6H4, 4 carbon atom means 2 sides are CO, 2 sides are C6H4, that is nothing but as a benzene is represented in a molecular formula like this, it means that it is a disubstituted benzene, and here preferential air para substituted. And next one is a K reagent, and the K reagent will be this one TBAF. TBAF, that is a tetrabutyl ammonium fluoride. This is the tetrabutyl ammonium fluoride. This, after the addition of these two reagents here, what do you get? There is a D protection as well as the group which is introduced over here, that you are going to get. Let us see, this is a structure which I am representing over here. You can see here the structure like this. Here this, the D protection is occur, will get this one. Other part of the organic molecule, it remains as it is here. This is a isopropene group attached, which is as it is, but here the group which is attached, the oxygen atom followed by this one C double bond O, then NH, and after that there will be this benzene ring attached, there is a Br. So, this is the group which attack over there, and it will deprotect specifically this protecting group, removal of this protecting group with the help of tetrabutyl ammonium fluoride. Fluoride has a great affinity toward the silicon, and therefore it preferentially get deprotected, and we will get as a desired product, which is hydroxyl group comes back over here. And now the hydrogen atom which is at this junction remains as it is, the other hydrogen atom that also remains, that goes below the plane. So, this structure is nothing but as a structure minus 57, where minus carbamide ORT structure also represented in this article very beautifully or very nicely in this case. So, in this way the uses of diol H at low temperature was a precautionary measure against precautionary measure against possible migration of the silyl group in the deacetylation step that could cause erosion of the enantiomeric axis. Indeed, Maucher ester formation plus minus 52 to minus 53, yes, sinister MTP chloride, pyridine 83% overall it is obtained, and NMR spectroscopic analysis of the resulting derivative revealed no such erosion at this step. Intermediate plus 52 was then dehydrated to produce the disubstituted olefin minus 54 through two different pathways. The first and most direct involve reaction with Martin's sulfurane in the presence of triethylamine 91% yield. And Here the efficient as it was, this method suffered from such cost are Martin sulforaine dehydrating agent, how it is utilized or what are its uses and how we can be further used in the how it is important for the organic synthetic point of view is concerned. I think we have discussed the scheme number 10, that is construction of hydroxyolefin plus 56 and X-ray derived ORTP of carbamate minus 57 with its DTL, and whatever the reagent we are going to we use in this particular reaction, or we will discuss detail of that reagents and the condition in our next lecture, as well as the important Martin sulforaine dehydrating agent, how it plays, where it is used, what is its application or the utility, how the mechanisms occur, and then Diebal. So, all these things we will discuss in our next lecture. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you.